Hello, friends. This is Becky with Becky Budgets. I just wanted to go ahead and come on here to go ahead and do our cash stuffing for week 1 of April since I did get paid this morning. That being said, this is the third video that I have filmed today, and I'm sorry that I'm bombarding you with so many videos on the first of the month. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and close out our last week grocery envelope. So we have about 59 cents that are going into our anniversary jar and going towards our anniversary dinner for October of this year. Then as far as cash goes, looks like I have 10, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Those 2 10s, I'm going to go ahead and leave in here as a buffer for this week's groceries. And then these $3 are going to go into our just emptied $1 savings. So I'm going to go ahead and put those $3 in. Another thing that I need to go ahead and take care of is that, you know what? I did not pull my die. So today, if you noticed in my paycheck update, I am going to go ahead and fill my personal. I took the opportunity to go and get my nails done today because I was already out and about trying to get to the 2 banks before they closed. So I need to roll my die 4 times, and hopefully I have been able to make change with the money that I got back from getting my nails done. I hope that makes sense. So let's roll the die 4 times. 1 is number 7. 2 is number 4. 3 is number 1. And 4 is number 7, which means we've got 14, 18, 19. So we have $19 going into my personal savings. In order to close this out as quickly as possible, before I count the money that's going out, I'm going to go ahead and mark, and excuse my reach, but I'm going to mark the numbers that I just pulled. So I pulled 2 7s, which means I can only fill 1 more 7. I pulled a 4, and I pulled a 1. There we go. Now from my personal envelope, my nails ended up costing $57 today. That did include the tip that I gave her. So I'm going to go ahead and put the money all in here, and hopefully I can pull $19 out of here. If not, we are going to need to break change. So personal currently has 50, 70, 90, 100, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So it currently has $124 in there, and I need to take 19 out. We'll see if we have it. So we don't. We don't have a 5, but that's okay because I can go ahead and put one of these 20s into my savings. That has a lot of bills in it right now. I'm gonna put that 20 in, and then I owe my personal $1. And we'll count that when we get to it. So that I don't need to recount our personal funds, I currently have 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 101, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So $105 is what I have in my personal account. We did pay my personal really early this month, so I'm gonna need to hold on to at least $57 from my personal to pay for my meals for May. Now let's go ahead and count the money that we are gonna fill today. It should be $865 that I fill. So we've got 100, 200, 300, 354, 455, 556, 657, 720, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 800, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. So there are the $865 that we are going to go ahead and fill this week. Moving back to our variable envelope folder, we are starting a new month. So if we've got any extra in any of these folders, those are going to go into our snowball and then our $1 and $5 savings. Groceries this week is going to go ahead and get $100. So grocery currently has 100, 200, and 300 with its buffer. I'm going to go ahead and take 100 out to go ahead and fill my grocery envelope as I do go grocery shopping on Sundays. That's ready to go for groceries this week. Gas is going to go ahead and get its $250 for the month. I do those in 50, so we've got 51, 52, 250. That currently has 51, 52, 53, 50, and then $15 left over from this past month. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 5 and the 10 and put that right at the, I can put that right at the back so we can go ahead and sort those after. So we are good to go for the month of April. Fur babies are going to go ahead and get their 100 this week. So Fur Babies is sitting with 100, 200. And then these were $4 or $5 that were left from when I took them grooming. So those $5 will get pushed to the back so that we can allocate those to a savings. And we have hit the $200 that we need for their next grooming, which is always exciting. I can't tell you how happy it makes me feel that we are doing these envelopes, because this used to be one of those things that would catch up with me and then I never knew where I was going to take the money and we'd go into debt for. So I'm glad that we have that envelope now. Personal was one of the first things I filled. So personal is currently sitting with 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's sitting with $105. Our miscellaneous fund is going to go ahead and get refunded today. So it's going to get $50. I do 2 20s and a 10 for that. And it looks like we had $10 extra in there, which are going towards this allocation. Our miscellaneous fund is currently sitting with $20, $40, and $50. Such a nice feeling to go ahead and start the month with everything almost filled. Moving on to eating out. Eating out is getting $75. So that's getting a 50, a 20, and a 5. And that leaves us with the 50, 70, and 5 that we need for eating out. It is not opened yet. So that's been fully filled. The snowball this week is going to go ahead and get $60. So we're going to go ahead and put a 50 and a 10 in there. $60 going towards snowball, and I have a feeling it's going to get a little more because of the extra that we had from last month. Becky's savings is currently sitting with 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100, 105, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. So it's sitting with $129. What I'm going to do is I inadvertently pulled out the 100 for my husband's personal, and he likes it in the bank. So I'm going to have to redeposit it into the account. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and 2, 4, 6, 8, 90, 95, 100. I'm going to take 100 out of there and change it for a $100 bill. And then that's going to bring it down a bit so that I can hopefully cash these in soon. And you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to cash them in for those 10s that I have here, so that we can put more towards our $1 and $5 savings. So I've got 1, 2, and I'm reaching over because I've got little Leo in my arms. I'm going to put him down real quick. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, which can go here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's not enough. But we were able to lower that a bit, which means that the savings still has 100, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. 129. And that feels much better with less money in it. This here is the money that's going back into the bank for my husband's personal. I'm not sure why I took it out. I wasn't thinking. So this is 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, and $100 that go back to the bank. So those are going back into my wallet. Now let's move on to our sinking funds. Medical is going to go ahead and get $50 this week, and it has $50. Now, as I had mentioned a couple videos ago, any overage that I have in here goes towards paying for any bills that may have come up during the week or during the month before, and also going into replenishing the IVF savings, which we had. So the 150 that we ended up with in the month of March got deposited into the account and allocated back to the IVF because I had used it for medical. Linus and Leo are going to go ahead and get their weekly $15. Linus is set to go to the vet next week, so this is going to be changing. So that's currently sitting at 100, 200, 300, 400, 5, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So we've got $550 in Linus and Leo's vet fund. Household is going to go ahead and get $15. I did take out money for the toilet paper that was in here. I went ahead and stocked up at Sam's Club again because we had worked through our pile, and I ended up having to buy some at the grocery store, which was not common for me. So household is currently sitting with $51.15. So $115 in our household. Gifts is going to go ahead and get $15. So gifts currently has 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, and 5. Car maintenance is going to go ahead and get 15 this week. My husband's car is already saying it needs an oil change, so we are going to be dipping into this. My wish for this is that eventually we can get the $335 we need to change my windshield, because that's what it's going to cost us. So hopefully we can get that soon. Currently in car maintenance, we have 100, 150, 200, 10, 20, and 5. So 225 is what we have in car maintenance. The vacation fund got completely depleted last week when my husband went camping. So this week it gets its first 5 to go ahead and replenish it. The Microsoft renewal is going to go ahead and get $5 this week. Goal is to get this to about $80 so that we can move on to the next envelope. So this is currently sitting with 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, and 38. Slowly but surely, my friends. Car registration, which we are still expecting to get my husband's, I miscalculated and for some reason thought it was going to be in April, but it's due in May. So we still have another month to wait for this. Car registration is currently sitting at 50, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, and 97. This is going to be one of those continuous envelopes that we continue to fill from year to year so that we don't have to worry about car registration. Last but not least, for filling is our emergency fund. So our emergency fund is currently sitting with $1,000 in our savings account, and it gets the last $5. So the emergency fund currently has 1,000, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. We've got $1,100 in emergency, which is always great. Now, let's go ahead and allocate the money that we had from the extra for variable expenses. I'm going to go ahead and get my dollar savings and my $5 savings, and we're going to go ahead and separate these out. We've got a lot of singles in that. Anyways, these $10 are going into our snowball. We've got one $5 bill going into our $5 savings. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and $15 going into our dollar savings. That's a good start for the first week of the new quarter. Our snowball is going to go ahead and get those $10, which is going to bring its total to 50, 60, and 70. Not bad, not bad for the start of the month. Well, friends, we have officially come to an end. I hope that each and every one of you is having an amazing day, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.